So yesterday was a great time to be an MLB The Show fan. But not quite such a good time to be a Minnesota Twin fan. I don't know if I thought we were going to beat the Dodgers, but I will say my glass of Pinot Noir, instead of going down as an act of relaxation, went as an act of stress relief. But there was a lot of great cards released yesterday. 8 of them, and then also Yadier Molina was also included. Maybe that was a mistake. And just based off the attributes, I think the first 9 was actually supposed to be flipped upside down, and it should have been a 6. But anyway, we have a lot of great stuff, and you might be asking, and certainly if you were in Twitch chat yesterday asking, Gomer, what do I do for XP? I've done, the basic stuff already on this list right here. What next? I'm sitting like John Travolta in Pulp Fiction, just looking for something, and we're going to talk about that today. Leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and talk about this. So, the brand new Field of Dreams program. You might learn you don't have long. It is already 9 days, basically, from the time I'm recording this, until it expires, and we have another new program, and there's a lot of great cards. I know I ragged on the Yachty for a good reason, but really, I do think we got a pretty good program on our hands right here, and of course, you're going to want to earn these bosses. 225,000 XP is the number you're going to need to get 4 out of those 9, any 4 that you want, and I think this is the first time that it's going to happen where these cards are not going to go for quick sell value. I would still highly recommend, as you get them, sell them. If you look at the price of some of these, specifically the Future Star cards, they're going for exorbitantly high prices. 200,000 for the trio of Grayson, Oneil, Cruz, and Riley Green. So it only makes sense to sell now before we get like an additional conquest map in that regard. But yeah, I don't think these will jump down to quick sell value because they're McCutcheon morsels, because they're very good. Most of them are very good cards. Again, don't want to twist my words right here. So again, you have the basic stuff right here, but I want to talk more about what you should be doing to get there, because there might not be enough goals just on this list to actually get done with all 225,000, specifically the good packs afterwards, because these cards go for a fuckload. Juan Soto still 220,000. Stanton is still amazingly 6 digits right here. So the first thing, of course, pretty obvious, event games. If you're going to play online, this is the best way to progress. 2,500 XP is very simple. I don't want to talk too much about this because no shit, right? It's pretty straightforward. I will say this is one of those events which you could consider a Randy Fest. You are going to see him probably at least every other game, and I highly suggest that you load up your lineup with righties. There's a chance that it might not happen that way, so maybe put in like George Brett if you have him, and then on your bench have a couple lefties, just in case you need to pinch hit, but plan to face a guy like Randy Johnson and adjust accordingly. Otherwise, you know the drill. You can put a couple like 60 overalls there to tank your team, which you're not going to need to use them anyway. Still have 3 or 4 bench bats actually, and we're fine. I know it says 96 out of 95. Made an adjustment. I sold Julio for the time being because Griffey week, bitch. So further from that, I do think there is actually a new meta for XP. In my opinion, a lot of people have Road to the Show and Ball Player done. There's no longer really that fix for XP, which was so good in its glory days, but most people are done with their 4 archetypes, so they can't suckle upon that XP haven anymore. I honestly think right now it's basically March to October, for the reason being that in March to October, you are not only earning progress right now, but you're also earning progress based off the last programs if you didn't finish them. For example, All-Star program, I had, I think, 800,000 XP, so I was still 200k off. I only got 4/5 of the way there. When you earn XP in March to October, you earn it in every past program. It is the only way to garner progress in programs previous to the active one. So, once I hit a reward gate right here, which, again, that will be at about the July 10th mark for the All-Star break. That's where the first reward gate does occur. I think you can see somewhere. We're at game 43 right now. Lord knows the actual date. I'm assuming we are somewhere in the month of May. We're going to get that 18,000 XP for All-Star difficulty, and we're going to get that now, and we're also going to get that for the previous programs, which is going to help you passively earn packs, which could, you know, just benefit your team further on. Now, a couple things I do want to specifically say about March to October, which you should be keeping in mind. Whenever you get a trade opportunity, make damn sure it's actually a good player, or else it's kind of null and void. Because if you're, you know, trading for a prospect that won't play on your team, you just have to play another game, which is going to take more time. The whole idea upon MTO, at least from an XP standpoint, is to get, you know, here and out. You know, we're not looking to please the other one. You just want to get your business done, a quickie, in other words. So make sure and do that, and pick a good team. Rosters never update on March to October, so that's a big thing. And honestly, I'd almost recommend only playing until the All-Star break, because the second half gets very lengthy. It is about half games when it comes playoff time, and you have to play each and every one. So maybe a good strategy for you would be going into March to October, playing on, again, I'd recommend like All-Star difficulty as a baseline. Getting to that All-Star break evaluation, of course, you're earning the in-game XP, and that 17,500 that you earn at about an hour and a half getting to the All-Star break, maybe might be more worth it doing that repeatedly instead of going back and dipping into the playoff time, just because it's a big time sink. It's a big investment there. So start to think about that. Again, it's good for this progress right now and then for the previous programs. Another big thing, mini seasons. It still does exist, not quite in the glory days of, you know, like 1 month ago. But there's still some good shit here. I'd highly recommend two things here. Single season, tally 40 hits with All-Star or 2022 All-Star players. So that's going to be anybody with an All-Star banner, and then the All-Star cards, of course, that just got released last month. And it says once per season, you do this. You press new season. Boom. Instant way to do it again. So that's going to net you 3,000 XP and a shit ton of gameplay XP as well. And if you're on next gen, if you use the blank canvas stadium, it's actually fairly easy to get 40 hits. You know, when you have these all-star cards like, you know, Contreras, and anybody with even halfway decent power is going to regularly hit home runs on rookie difficulty. It's not my idea of hard work. Think smarter, not harder. And you're going to reap big benefits. 3,000 XP if you can get this done. 40 hits at about 20 minutes, I think, is a fair amount of time to do so. Because you can also cherry pick who you play, which is something very important. You'll see a team like the Cats, the Cairo Cats, like the fucking Dodgers. They have the biggest payroll there. And it's always funny whenever you see the Whales having the best cards, you know, very self-reflective in that point, you know, having all these big cards. But yes, you can easily face a team like the Lords, who have not that good of a team. Of course, you only need to worry about hitting. You could give up 50 runs at blank canvas. Nobody gives a shit. But if you truly want to have the best possible matchup to get these 40 hits, you can just keep resetting. It does take a second because, God forbid, a Sony-developed game has functioning servers. I guess, you know, the technology just hasn't advanced quite that far. Hopefully, again, by like the PlayStation 7, we'll at least be able to do this within, I don't know, maybe a good 10 seconds. Maybe that's being a bit too optimistic, but again, you can keep restarting as much as you want and find the most desirable matchup. Usually, like an 87 overall pitcher or under, I'm fine with. It's really not that difficult when you have a good team, which you're gonna need, you know, to fit the requirement here. And obviously, you're gonna have to be the home team to play on blank canvas, which is the big thing. And eventually, you're gonna find a team that you want to face, and you're gonna go ahead and do so. Fill up your team with all-star players and, you know, whether it be the program or the actual set cards, and you're good to go. So 40 hits is going to get you a lot of XP that way. And of course, there's going to be other things along the lines. There's going to be a new Conquest map on Friday that is going to net 30,000 XP. There's probably going to be another set of moments. But I don't know if strictly by goals you're going to get all the things that you want. So I highly suggest looking into March to October. I'm aware it's not my idea of a good time. You know, if it was between that and going doing a lake day, I'm probably not sitting my ass here and playing all-star difficulty March to October truncated games with the fucking New York Mets. That's probably not what I would do with my spare time. But if you're looking to get advancement here in this program, I would highly suggest it. So, that's the gist of it. That's how I would recommend getting progress here in the Field of Dreams program. Again, you don't have much time. It's only less than a week and a half from here to get these cards, which you will want to do, whether it be for the cards themselves or the stubs they entail. Things are about to become expensive once people start dividing their attention to other games, school starting back up, football season, people are, plopping their ass over on the couch, 6-pack of Coronas and a big old plate of nachos, putting themselves into a fucking calorie coma. So I maybe include myself in that group. So, there we go. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy it. We'll be streaming today. Hopefully have oneil cruz gameplay up by nighttime. Have a good one.